What's up, everybody? Mike McFarland here in the studio, and it's getting hot again, coming back around to the typical normal summer weather. But listen, today's fishing report, everything's different than you expect. The fish are much more shallower than you expect. So stick around, let me tell you what's going on. Welcome to the studio. We got some changes or new additions, refresh, whatever you want, call it. The new banner, which is covering all of the sponsors now, not just our headline. So we basically got that finally up to speed. Everything on the upper half is pretty much our headline, and then the bottom half also we're sponsored or pro staff positions. So really honored to do that. Take the honors of being an ambassador of all those great companies. Shout out to Texas Insider Fishing Report. And of course, J. Hodge Chevrolet. Check those guys out in Sulphur Springs. And so much more. All right. I got a lot to tell you about today. The cooler weather has been pretty predominant now. For around 2 weeks, we had the hurricane come through. The tropical storm, remnants part of the hurricane, the end of it, which kept us cooler and gave us some moisture. And we had a weak cold front last week, almost like 6 days. Very cool conditions. Winds. Today we're still having winds. Lakes dropping, 402.83 yesterday, 402.80 today. Clarity's good. Depends on where you are. And the water temperature is 85 to 87. That is in the main body. Yes, if you go way up Birch Creek or way up Glade or somewhere in the backwaters, you're going to find much hotter temperatures. We're also back on the weather patterns of the heat index kicking back up. We're going to be hot again. So all that's going to change. We're going to go back to where we should be, which is 90s, 89 in the crack of dawn or the low, and 93, 94 or higher in the main lake. So that's going to come back. We're going to have regular summer patterns. But here's the deal. There's a reason I wanted you to pay attention. A lot of fish, not just on Fork, but a lot of fish in all these parts, Northeast region, have experienced much cooler conditions, and they're much more shallower than you expect. Believe it or not, just weightless Cincos, wacky rigs, Texas rig, lightweight baits, trick worms, creature baits, fished very shallow, less than 5 feet, around the grass edges, in the junk, punching some of the junk, going up in the northern ends of the lakes and fishing the junk, and the edges of the junk, and even some frogs on the right day, especially cloudy, has been very productive. Lots of fish being caught, lots of nice fish being caught, no gigantic fish being caught, but the deep summer bite that you typically would expect is not there in the mornings. It will come right back. Right about the time that you're done watching this video, and another 2 more days or so, Thursday's video comes out, I'll probably be telling you the worm bite's back. The big jig bite is back, the offshore bite is back. We normally have the dog days of summer in August, and it's brutal tough conditions. Being these cooler temperatures, it's not. It's good fishing. So the strategy is start real shallow, however you like. Move a lot. Keep that trolling motor going until you find some fish, or grass edges, some grass edges near deep water. Soft plastics. Okay? And then later in the day, especially now, when we warm trend again the next few days or this weekend, go back in the afternoons, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, or in the evenings to the deeper bite. And it's going to be more like 10 to 16 instead of 18 to 22. Some roaring hot blue clear sky days after 4 or 5 p.m. they're going to be in 18, 20 feet of water, right above that thermocline, which right now doesn't really exist. It's kind of broken thermocline. It's faded away in most places. All right. So big worms, jigs, Carolina rigs, however you like to fish deep structure. Look for brush piles, look for shell beds, look for those kinds of things. All right. That is what I got for you for bass fishing on Fork. I want to give a big shout out to Lake Fork Marina and Jamie's restaurant. Every time that I eat there, I've been eating there for 10 years, and it's changed names several times. And every time I do eat there, I see some new improvement or something up and fresh and coming, and changes and freshness, if you will. I've told you the food and service is unbelievable. It's picked up so much since the new owners and Jamie has taken over. The menu's changed. They're adding things. They're having specials. They had a oyster po' boy special a while back, and I was just like, dang, I wish I could have gone and got that. And not frozen oysters, fresh, handmade food. So big shout out to Jamie's and Lake Fork Marina. Lake Fork Marina certainly supports us. It's where we spend 99% of our time launching and working out of that marina. So big shout out to that, but I want to make sure I give you a little more information. And I want to go to you about some crappie on Lake Fork, okay? Oops, I chose the wrong one. Bear with me, I apologize. The crappie fishing has just been unbelievable. Lake Fork's producing some of the best crappie fishing in the nation, if not in the world. And right now, Jackie Wiggins says a lot of those crappie are deeper. They're in the deep summer patterns. But they're also a little bit more shallow because things are cooler as well. So the fish are stacking up on brush, piles, deep trees, some laydowns. Best depths are 14 to 28 feet. With a few fish shallower and some deeper. It's kind of, they're mixed. Again, they're moving, that coolness has them, just like the bass, curious about, moving back shallow. They're not going to move a lot as much as the bass will, but they're just, some of the schools are finicky because of that. So move around until you find the right school of fish, 14 to 28 feet of water. You can tell they'll hold tight to the structure. They'll be there and they'll be easier to catch. Hand-tied baits are best. And some soft plastics are working, but he said that sometimes they get real finicky, and so you can put a minnow on there, and a lot of times that'll do it. A lot of times it's actually the opposite. If you're using live minnows and you're losing the minnow, it's because they're finicky. They're only taking half the minnow and they're pulling your minnow off. So go away from minnows and take that little hand-tied jig and trim it down some, shorten it, and you catch some of those finicky bites. But he also says to move around. If they're finicky fish, it's because they've been pressured a lot. Move around, find another school. And you'll do a lot better, all right? Cool. Remember a few other things, and I'll close you out. We have 2 other channels that are available for you. They're private channels. One is called Members Only, and the other is called Let's Talk Fishing. The Members Only channel is basically an upgraded fishing report about Lake Fork and multiple other lakes in the Northeast area and Dallas. We talk about O.H. Ivy. We talk about Hubbard, Lavon, Possum Kingdom, Tawakanee, Athens, Bodark, and more. So in the members only upgrade, you're getting a lot more detail. When I talk about Lake Fork, I tell you the colors, the best worms, the best bite, the best areas, whether you should be north, south. I really give a lot more detail in the members only fishing report. So I'd like to invite you over. I'm grateful for your subscription. Hit the like button if you found this report well. Comment if you have any questions. But if you want more, look in the description below this video and click on the link that says members only. You can also upgrade to the Let's Talk. That's one more upgrade from members only, which basically gives you all the members only benefits. Plus, you're going to get access to an archive of over 70 hours of lessons. Close to that. A good list called, there's 74 lessons in the archive. And it's called Let's Talk Fishing. Every Sunday we do a new video, a new lesson that's usually 45 minutes to an hour long. So you're going to accumulate maybe about 70 hours worth of it's a library of information about bass fishing, how to bass fish. It's not exclusive to Lake Fork. It's very, very universal, if you will. So I invite you as well to the Let's Talk Fishing channel. Same thing, look in the description, click on the link, follow the procedures. Come check us out. You can always unsubscribe. It's really not that big a deal. Look, I got a bag of worms in front of me that if I said this is the worm to bite, this is what they're biting, and if they really were biting it, eating it, you'd go buy all kinds of them, and you'd probably spend $50 on some worms. So why not spend very, very little a month, very small monthly fee to come get so much more information, and then again, be very open. If you live in Northeast Texas, the more you know, you can choose where to go. Like right now, Tawakanee, Lake Tawakanee is on fire. The bass fishing on Tawakanee is probably the best that Tawakanee could offer. If you want to know what to do on Tawakanee, subscribe to my members only channel. All right. Other than that, I thank you guys very, very much. I'll be back on Thursday to give you guys another good detailed report and maybe a few tips and tricks for the weekend fishing on Lake Fork. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guy.